Joining us now for more is Texas Congressman Pat Fallon. Congressman, good to have you back on the show. Nice to see you.
Rob, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Our pleasure. The government is funded again, so no shutdown for now. Yippee. They can spend all our money once again, so that's a good thing. We'll address it again in December. According to Nancy Pelosi, we could see a vote on that $1.2 trillion bill at some point today. How do you see this playing out?
Well, what we have here, Rob, is the communists, or they say the progressives, I call them the regressives. There's about 40 of them in the Democratic Party, and they are insisting on the $3.5 billion reconciliation bill being paid for or being passed before the $1.2 trillion infrastructure package. And some of the Democratic moderates want the $1.2 trillion infrastructure package before reconciliation. So it's definitely some Democrat on Democrat violence, of which I love to be a party to and watch, first row, popcorn, that kind of thing.
Right.
So we don't know yet how it's going to play out. We were supposed to vote on an infrastructure package yesterday, and they just let us know we were pretty much on call. It was supposed to be 5, 6, 7, and then by 10 o'clock they finally gave up the ghost and said we're not going to have a vote today. Yeah, so get your popcorn, get your Milky Ways. We'll see what happens.
Do you think that vote happens today, or does this thing stretch into the weekend?
That's a great question. We don't know.
Yeah, Congress being held hostage right now.
Right.
Right, that's the situation. It's interesting too. Just we keep hearing how the Republican Party is totally splintered. It looks like there's just a chasm within the Democratic Party right now. We're 13 and a half months away from the midterm elections, and they're totally divided right now. Which again, grab the popcorn. It's nice to watch it play out. Ilhan Omar, progressive congresswoman, says that the Democrats, and particularly the progressive wing of the Democratic Party, is not holding up this bill. Take a listen.
I think the other piece that, I know the chairwoman has repeated and it keeps getting lost, is that this is not a progressive agenda. We are fighting for the Build Back Better agenda, which is the president's agenda.
So it's interesting sound. Do you think she's right there? Has Joe Biden really gone that far to the left?
No, that's the thing. You have to give it up to the regressives because they are really driving the train here. I see it with committee chairs that are afraid that Cortez and her crew are going to primary them, so they go further to the left. I think that's what they're threatening with Biden too, because they have a block of votes. I mean, they lose 4 or 5 Democrats, Rob, they can't pass anything, and there's 40 or so regressives, so they have plenty of muscle to really influence the agenda and, as I said, drive the train.
Yeah. Congressman, quickly, just about 10 seconds left. We saw that testimony, compelling testimony this week on Capitol Hill. Who's next? Do you think Anthony Blinken and Jake Sullivan should be called next to testify before Congress?
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. And because, you know what, I learned when I was a kid with Watergate, the cover-up is always worse than the crime. And that's the thing. Just be, you know what they need to be? Transparent and honest with the American people. And this administration hasn't been doing that. All
right. Texas Congressman Pat Fallon joining us this morning. Keep us posted. Good luck today if that vote does actually happen. We appreciate you coming on again. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob. Get your popcorn.
Absolutely.